Hi guys, this is a video to explain to you why and how you should write more. Now, one trend that I've noticed in my years of teaching is that at the beginning of the school year, when I have students who haven't taken my class before, sometimes I will ask students to write, like I'll give them a worksheet with a set of questions, or I'll ask for like a paragraph or something like that, and I will get very short writing back. I'll say, write me an answer that's at least 3 to 4 sentences, and I'll get like 1 or 2 sentences. Or I'll get like 4 sentences, but they'll be super choppy and they won't explain the answer to the question very well. So if this is you, don't worry, you're here and I'm going to make you a better writer. But we do a lot of writing in my class, and I need you guys to kind of know why I ask you to write a certain number of sentences. Because I do that all the time. I'll say, write me at least 6 sentences. So this is why. If you give me a really short answer to a question as a written response, I will probably know what you think, but I'm not going to know why you think what you think. And in my class, it's really important that anytime you write, you're doing it with enough detail that your readers know why you think the things you think. Because your reader wants to be convinced by the things you're saying. Your reader wants to read the things you've written and go, oh, well, that makes sense. Now I got to go think about this because I hadn't thought about it that way. But if you're giving us real short answers, that's not going to happen. So not only are you not getting your point across as well as you could be, you're going to lose points in my class. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some examples of what is and isn't enough writing. So here we go. All right, I have loaded up a question here, and we're going to pretend that you're in my class and I gave you this as a writing assignment. So the question is, what is your favorite song and why? Now here's an example of an answer that's way too short. The answer is Blinding Lights by The Weeknd because it slaps. Yeah, no. You did answer the question, now I know what you think, but I don't know why you think that. I don't know what you mean by slaps, and that's not even really academic language. So here's an example of an answer that's a little bit better. What is your favorite song and why? Blinding Lights by The Weeknd because I like the way it sounds and because I have memories with it. Now this is an improvement because it doesn't say slaps anymore. It is using academic language. And when I say academic language, what I mean is like school appropriate language, something that looks good in the paper. But it's still just not enough detail. I don't know what you mean by I like the way it sounds. That could mean anything. And I don't know what you mean by memories. What memories do you have? This isn't a very convincing answer. So now let me show you guys what a fully developed answer would look like. I like Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. The lyrics and the sounds in the song seem lonely to me. The song came out in February, right before we went into quarantine. I was very lonely during quarantine, and having a lonely song to listen to during that time made me feel less crazy. That's the level of detail I'm looking for, guys. Now I know what you think, I know why you think it, I have all the details. I'm much more likely to take this piece of writing seriously. This is something that I'm much more likely to think about as I'm driving home at the end of the day, because that's what you want as a writer. You want to write things that your readers go home and think about later. So moving on to a more literary question. If you've read The Great Gatsby, amazing book, you will know that the main character's name is Nick Carraway. So the example question that I've come up with for this video is, do you trust Nick Carraway, the narrator of The Great Gatsby? This is way too short of an answer. No, he seems sus. This isn't going to work because it's way too short, and sus is not an academic word, that's slang for suspicious, so not a great answer. Here's an answer that's better. Do you trust Nick Carraway? No, he doesn't seem like a character I can trust. It's better, but it's still not enough. Because you're not giving me detail. I don't know why you don't trust Nick Carraway. You told me that you don't trust him, but you didn't tell me why. I don't know what your thought process is, so this is not a convincing answer at all. Here's a better answer. Do you trust Nick Carraway? No. As a narrator, he spends a lot of time telling us that he is objective and trustworthy, that people in his life trust him. This makes me suspicious because I think that if he actually was trustworthy, he wouldn't have to work so hard to convince us. That's a solid answer right there. Now I know what you think and I know why you think it. And now I, the reader, I'm going to go, Maybe Nick Carraway is suspicious. That's something to think about, which is what you want as a writer. If you sit down to answer a question in writing and you just can't think of enough to say. If I gave you a question, if I gave you a worksheet and I said, write at least 4 sentences per answer, and you write a sentence or two and you're like, oh man, I don't even know anymore, that means you got to take some time to think. Writing at the end of the day is just thinking. And if you haven't thought about a question enough, that might be why you're having trouble coming up with things to say about it. So if you are stuck, if you find yourself not really being able to write a good answer with a lot of detail, that probably means you just need to take some time to think about things. So I hope this video has helped. I hope that these examples help you better understand what I, as your teacher, am looking for when I say that I want you to write more. And I hope that your writing improves a lot this year, guys. I'm a writing teacher. I really, really enjoy watching you guys become better writers, so we're going to be doing a lot of writing in this class, especially this year with distance learning. All right, guys. Thanks for watching my video.